Living with hypothyroidism isn't something I talk about very often. I mentioned it briefly in my book, and there are probably very few people who follow me that even know that I have it. And there's a reason for that. I've never wanted hypothyroidism to become the explanation for everything that happens in my body. People have also occasionally questioned why I'm still carrying some extra weight when I eat as healthy as I do. And actually, I think that's a fair question. Hypothyroidism is part of my reality. My body has its own challenges, and there are aspects of metabolic health that I have to pay closer attention to. Those are my realities. But I made a decision a long time ago that they weren't going to become my excuses. I was never going to allow hypothyroidism to be the reason I couldn't live an incredibly full, healthy life. And today, my health markers are some of the best they've ever been. My inflammation markers are normal, tests aren't showing autoimmune activity, insulin markers are within normal ranges, lipids have improved remarkably, liver markers have also improved. But here's what's interesting. Those changes didn't happen because I found the perfect weight loss diet. In many ways, they happened when I stopped making weight loss the center of everything I did. Because I've tried so many things in a desperate attempt to lose weight, I followed what I now call social media diets and trends. I've restricted, experimented, chased the next best thing that promised me the world, but the reality is my body is different. And some of those things were actually detrimental to my health. I remember sitting in my homeopath's office looking at my blood results and being absolutely shocked. I couldn't understand it. I thought I was doing everything right. I was following a very specific, trendy protocol, yet the numbers were telling me something very different. And eventually I realized I was asking the wrong question. Instead of constantly asking, how do I make this body lose weight? I started asking, what does this body need to function at its best? And that's when things changed. That's when my focus shifted heavily towards gut health, nourishment, metabolic health, stress management, sleep, and actually paying attention to how my body responded to what I was doing. And the changes went far beyond my weight. My sleep is normal. I don't live with brain fog anymore. That was probably the worst of it. I can wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning and be bright and fresh and just ready to chase the day. I don't have afternoon crashes. I very seldom experience IBS symptoms. And most importantly, I feel good. And I've watched versions of this happen with my clients too. When the conversation stops being entirely about making a body smaller, it starts becoming about helping that body function better. And more often than not, the weight starts dropping pretty much immediately. So, why am I telling you all of this? Because living well with hypothyroidism or any other disease or illness that affects your metabolic health does not need to become another complicated internet protocol. Mine is irreversible. I had radioactive iodine treatment in my 20s. My thyroid isn't suddenly going to start working again. I will take thyroid hormone replacement for the rest of my life. And I'm completely at peace with that. Hypothyroidism may be something I live with, but it doesn't get to decide the quality of the life that I live. I nourish my body. I listen to it. I cook from scratch. I eat food I absolutely love. I look after my gut. I pay attention to my health markers. And I've never enjoyed looking after myself more than I do now. That's ultimately why I'm sharing this. It doesn't have to be complicated. I want to show people that a diagnosis or even a current state or way of life doesn't have to become the center of their identity or this massive problem that can't be solved. And if sharing what I've learned helps somebody else do the same, then this conversation is worth having.